Hey everybody, it's AppsNTools Thursday, and we got a great little gadget, the iPad 2. A number of you have been asking us, is it worth it? Should I upgrade to the new iPad 2? And what does the iPad 2 bring that the iPad 1 doesn't? Three things, all of them very, very cool. Number one, camera. There's a camera on the back. I could be filming you right now. There's a camera on the front for doing FaceTime and some of the video conferencing tools that are out there. This is pretty cool. I did a video at the last Traffic Geyser event where I took everybody that was in line for the event, kind of did a video of the line, if you will. I added some audio, I clipped it, I added some titles, all using the $5 iPad app. And then I took that entire video and I uploaded it to YouTube. As a matter of fact, we're going to put a link in this video to that video so you can see exactly what I pulled off with this. But that video camera is very cool. Now, if you need a video camera on your iPad, that's something you want to do. If you never see yourself making movies, recording stuff, doing video conferencing and whatnot, then obviously the camera really isn't that big of a deal for you. The second thing is the speed. It is a faster iPad, and you can tell that it's a faster iPad, but speed only really matters when you're doing the things that speed matters for. If you're playing some of the 3D games, definitely faster, definitely cooler. If you're going to be projecting out to a projector using the HDMI out, that kind of thing, definitely cooler. If you see yourself using that iMovie a lot to render video and that kind of stuff, the chip, the processor, definitely better for you. But in terms of the average stuff, the surfing of the web, email, some of your basic apps and whatnot, the speed just doesn't matter. The iPad 1, as you well know, was certainly zippy enough. Now, the third thing about the iPad is it is smaller. It's noticeably smaller. When I first played with the iPad 2, I didn't feel it. But then when I was moving everything from my iPad 1 to my iPad 2, I realized that this thing is considerably smaller and considerably, nicer accordingly. Now, does size on that level matter? Is it okay if it's this big versus this big? Well, the fact of the matter is that the thinner it is, the more comfortable it is. This thing I've been taking with me all the time. The smart cover is really cool, and I find myself grabbing it more just because it's less. And maybe it's the hot, cool, new, sexy aspect of it, or maybe it's just the fact that they've got it just a little bit smaller to make things happen. I've seen people who have these massive cases and who have the keyboards and all the other things. They've almost made their iPad a laptop, if you will. If that's the case, obviously the size differentiation really doesn't matter at all. So the three things: the camera, if the camera is important to you, you need to upgrade. Second thing, the speed. Not that big of a deal unless you're going to do the speed-intensive things such as video editing and some of the 3D gaming. And I'm sure there will be some apps coming out soon that take power of the new processor. And then finally, the last thing is size. Not as big of a deal. I find it fun to have something this thin that I can take around, but it might be a psychological thing. That's it. That's the only difference. Is all the apps at this point on the iPad 1 work on the iPad 2. There's been no problem. In our family, my wife and kids got the iPad 1. They're having a great time with it. My wife sees no reason to upgrade. Hope I gave you the information that you need to figure out if you want to upgrade from the iPad 1 to the iPad 2. This is Paul Colligan. This has been AppsNTools Thursday.